so that we have a chance. Because no other person out there that's running is advocating the way that I am, but not only advocating, but actually doing the work. I'm actually out there doing the work. And I want to put myself in a position to do more of it. So I need your support. I need you to volunteer. Anyone volunteer, register to volunteer? I need all of you to register to volunteer. And I need all of you to donate, because this stuff is not cheap. I had to get this printed on a rush today because it was taking so long. All the signs I had to rush, the food truck, the ice cream truck, all of this stuff is to make sure that we have a fair shot. And it's not only for, the black community, but it's for the white community, the Christian community, the Muslim community, the Sri Lankan community, the Hindu community, all the communities across this great ward called Scarborough Rouge Park. I'm here advocating for them. So I want to thank you guys for coming out to support, and please do register. We have a super canvas tomorrow. Anyone coming out to canvas with me? I need 150 canvassers over the course of this campaign, because we have 25,186 doors to knock, and we got to knock them 3 times. We got to knock them 3 times. And in order to knock them 3 times, we need an ironclad force to knock these doors so that we can get the win, so we can advocate for and have a voice at City Hall. So thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. And Warren, if you're coming up. Yeah, I guess we'll do a Q&A. We'll do a quick Q&A.
All right, once again, let's hear from Mr. Shawn Allen. So, Shawn, it's clear you have a vision and passion for Scarborough Rouge Park. Just to help folks, get to know you a bit better, I'd like to ask you a few questions. So, you mentioned the importance of supporting local businesses tonight. How exactly do you plan to help small businesses in Scarborough Rouge Park if elected?
Well, you can see right here, I don't think anyone else is going to have a campaign launch like this where I'm bringing small businesses to the launch. Right? I don't think anyone else is doing this. And all of these guys came here and asked them how much I charged them. Zero. Right? Because we have to support the community. And this is the type of work that I want to go and do at City Hall. I want to provide opportunities. Do you know that Scarborough, 630,000 population, larger than Atlanta, doesn't have a hotel? There's not a hotel in Scarborough. Not even a Kingston Road motel. Not even. So just imagine FIFA is coming to Toronto in less than 365 days, and Scarborough can't get a piece of the action. Think about that. Not only are we advocating to get Scarborough businesses a piece of the action, and one of the things that I'm actually doing right now, and you guys could actually come to this, it's on September the 10th, it's my 3rd Toronto Business Summit. And what we have is, actually, where's Mahit? I see Mahit coming here. He's bringing in the FIFA delegate, and we're bringing in businesses. We're talking about the business of sport and trying to get businesses to be a part of the whole FIFA conversation. And another thing that we're doing with Toronto Community Benefits, TCBN, is we're ensuring that minorities have access to opportunities to work on the arena and work on the facilities that need to be constructed, and making sure that we have jobs in those spaces. And that's how we're supporting the community as well, with the work with TCBN and what they're doing with the procurement. So those are some of the things that we're doing, making sure that we have an opportunity. And we need more youth in the trades. We need more youth in the trades. That's a major sector where almost 300,000 people are going to be exiting that industry. We need to get youth into the trades. Ask Ali, how hard is it to get trades right now? Tough to get trades. Skilled trades. Get the kids into the trades. I know there's a few trades people. Troy over here, Red Seal electrician. he needs people in the trades, right? We need to get people in the trades. We need to get youth employed.
All right, Shawn. Thank you. So many seniors in the community have shared concerns about safety and access to services. What are your priorities to support our seniors?
Yeah, like I said, we just had the seniors fair. Over 1,000 seniors came out to that. I was very shocked that the amount of services that are available, a lot of them are on the provincial level, but there's more that needs to be done on the city level, on the municipal level. We need value for tax dollars. We're spending all this money on property tax, but a lot of it's getting wasted. So we want to make sure that we're either matching or providing new supports for seniors so that our seniors are taken care of, because the seniors are the most vulnerable part of our society. They don't have the ability to go out and get a part-time job. They don't have the ability to go out and earn extra income. And a lot of times seniors' income is fixed. So when seniors' income is fixed and pegged to inflation, and the inflation number is rigged because they changed the basket of goods that it's tied to, the cost of goods is increasing far more than their pensions and their fixed incomes, and is leaving them in a deficit. What we need to do is we need to provide services and a reduction in cost of these services so that seniors can have a fair shake at their retirement. They've served us long enough, so we want to make sure that we're providing services and supports to seniors so that they can live comfortably and age in place. The last thing you want to do is have a senior age out of their property. They pay their mortgage off, they get a reverse mortgage, they get a second mortgage, they get a third mortgage, and they're forced to sell, and they can't move in with their kids because their kids don't have a home, right? So that's a major problem that's on the horizon, and I'm foreseeing that we need to make sure that we build generational housing so that a whole family could live together in individual units, but everyone could be there to support their properties. I think CMHC just came up with a program that they're providing 95% financing for those type of units, but there's people in your neighborhood that are opposing that because they don't want you to build a unit or a house that's larger than theirs. And this is the type of stuff that needs to stop, right? So we need to make sure that we're out there supporting opportunities for our seniors so that they can age in place comfortably because they've done the work and they deserve that benefit.
Thanks, Shawn. So just expanding on that, affordable housing is a big issue for many families in the ward. So what steps will you take to address that?
Yeah, more advocating. My background is real estate and finance. And like I said, we want to make sure that we're building more homes. Some people may not like that. Some people, it might be, a bad taboo, but I'm staying true to my convictions. And when you stand for something, no one can push you over. And I stand for housing, I stand for affordable housing, I stand for opportunities for youth. And I want to make sure that, we're building housing that's suitable to our neighborhoods, but at the same time that's affordable for everyone to afford, right? So that's kind of where I stand with that. And how that works is we work with the Carpenters Union. We provide skilled, well-paying jobs, right? We don't want to undercut people under employment because we're going to have that cost of living issue. So we want to have skilled labor, well-paid labor, and plus we want to have jobs in the future. We want to have an opportunity where we're upskilling our youth for the jobs of tomorrow, because some of the jobs of today are going to be extinct with new technologies such as AI, robotics. Technology, right? That's technology. But the truth is, we gotta get our kids educated and re-educated. There's people that are in current employment, and their jobs are getting wiped away. Even mortgage brokers. I'm a mortgage broker, and I feel sorry. Any mortgage brokers, I feel sorry for you guys in 10 years. There's no mortgage broker jobs in 10 years. I'm telling you right now. That whole thing's gonna move to AI. Sorry, see. I'm telling you. Even my company right now, you call my phone, you call this number.
AI assistant.
AI, Jessica's answered. And she's having a full conversation with you. So imagine now, you call that number and you're calling a company. Half these jobs, these places that you're calling right now, Bell and all these other places, their jobs are overseas. they're outsourcing those jobs. And you think Donald Trump is there trying to bring jobs back to America? He's bringing opportunities back to America for robots to take over. So we have to be smart, and you have to have someone with a vision to see where the trend is going, so that you could know how to be there before it catches up to you. So that's what I'm trying to do here by taking this step to run for city council, to see the inefficiencies and see the opportunities that are there, and make sure that this community right here is well positioned for the future. Because if we don't do that, we're gonna get wiped out. I'm telling you right now.
All right. Next up, now the TTC, you know, traffic is always a hot topic, and in Toronto, you know, especially with transit. So what improvements you think are most needed here in Scarborough Rouge Park?
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm not the size of the guy, but I have the same conversation day in and day out. We need transportation, we need subways. We need subways. Scarborough, 630,000 people. How many subway stops do we have? Kennedy is the end. Well, Warden. So two subway stops. Victoria Park, is it 3?
You can't even park there.
Victoria Park is on the line of North York.
Yeah, that's North York.
It's St. Clair. There's nothing in Ward 25. That's it. There's nothing. And even when we build the train from Kennedy to McCowan, we had 5 stops, and now we're down to 3.
Hold on.
What is that? Is that value for tax dollars?
No.
How many of you drive downtown? Not a few, not a lot.
And
Why?
it's not good.
Congestion. What are we doing about that? That's not value for tax dollars. What it takes us, you know. I don't know if you guys know about Port Union.
Yes.
You guys, any of you live around there?
Close.
You guys like that? That road's been dug up, redone, popped up, and they keep delaying and delaying. They delayed that project so much that someone took a backhoe and rammed it into my potential office. I'm serious. That's what happened. This is not supposed to be my office. This is not supposed to be my office. My office was on Port Union and Fanfare. I had a nice office with a nice signage, and I was prepping for that. I went to sign my name at City Hall on what day was it? On the 23rd, and I go to the office. I see it wrapped up with tape. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then Vonnie, I don't know if Vonnie's still here. Vonnie sends me a news article saying, yeah, someone took a backhoe and tried to rob the bank. It's like, what's going on? That was supposed to be my office.
They need our money.
Yeah, at the Scotia Bank. Someone was trying to rob the bank with the backhoe that they were using to fix the street. So now you see how delays cause other delays and cause other delays, right? If they had fixed the road on time, then the backhoe wouldn't have been there. And if the backhoe wasn't there, we wouldn't be having this event here. We'd have been having this event at Fanfare and Port Union. But I like this place better. It's a bigger parking lot. It's more But that's the problem we have, right? And I think there's more things like that are happening at City Hall. There's more opportunities to tighten things up. Another thing I want to talk about, just briefly, 'cause I know you're asking questions, but it's just on my mind, is that I think as of today, there are 14, 12, Dominic, you know how many candidates right now? 14 candidates right now, 14. And the race is very tight, but I'm not gonna capitulate. I'm winning this thing. And I'm telling you why I'm gonna win this, because I can bring people out, but 3 of the people that are in this race are school board trustees. And typically, typically, the path to city council is you become a school board trustee, and as a school board trustee, you get your little network of people. And then you take that network of people and they vote for you to be a city councilor, and then you take that network of people, then you go on to be an MPP or an, typically that's how it works. Not this time.
Yay!
And the reason for that is because I don't know if you guys know, but these school trustees just got fired from their job.
Yeah.
They just got fired. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
Right? And why did they get fired? They're not efficient. They're not efficient. So they're out there in a $58 million deficit. They ran and left that job to apply to put the city in a $58+ million deficit, and we can't have that. You gotta have someone that has good financial acumen, that's self-employed, that can think outside the box, provide opportunities, and make things happen. And serve his people. I'm gonna serve you, Marlon. I got you. I got you. But that's what I'm here for. Thank you. Here, next question.
All right. So on that note, how do you plan to engage diverse communities in Scarborough Rouge Park and ensure that their voices are heard?
That's a good question. But as you can see, look around. You see every shade of the rainbow. I work with everyone. Everybody. Some people say I'm too liberal for conservative. I'm too conservative for liberal. I'm too NDP for liberal. It doesn't matter whether you call it a lake, a stream, an ocean, a pond. It's all water. It's all water. So I don't care what stripe you pick. If you have an issue, and that issue is something that I can resolve, it doesn't matter what you call yourself, because we're all people. Full stop. Full stop. And you can see that here. We got everyone here. And this just is an example of how I live my life, how I was raised, and how I continue to raise my kids. You gotta love everyone. I'm a people person, and I'm here to serve the people.
All right. Last question. So what motivates you personally to run for office, and what do you hope to achieve?
The motivation is the people that don't have a voice, or they lend their, trust in me to be the voice for them. And it's a hard job, but someone has to do it. Because at the end of the day, if I can't go out there and advocate and be the best that I can be to advocate for people, I feel that I'm letting not only myself down, my family down, but I'm letting all of you down. I'm out there building relationships, but I can't manage all those relationships on my own. I need a team, and the team is here. The team is now. And we have to go and take this opportunity, which is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where a sitting councilor vacates their position and moves off into federal politics. This doesn't really happen. It's like a once in a lifetime, once in every 10, 20 years this happens, because most of the time when city councils get in, they go and they sit there for 10, 20 years, and their thoughts, become stale and redundant, and then things don't move, right? But I'm always thinking, I'm always quick on my feet, I'm always moving around, and I'm quite sure all of you can say that there's a point in time that when we engaged, we talked about improvement, we talked about upliftment, we talked about making money, we talked about sharing communication, and we talked about relationships. All of you could attest to that. And that's the type of relationship that I want to bring to my community, is an opportunity for us to engage on a much higher level. I have my good friend Councilor Manny Singh here, and one of the things that I've done is, I put together a group with Craig and Melissa in the back, is the Canadian Afro-CARICOM Business Trade Association. That association, just so you guys understand, its focus is to bring bilateral trade between Canada, Africa, and the Caribbean, and we started that 2 years ago. That was well before the conversation of Trump, well before the government of Canada trying to do that. Man, we had that vision 2 years ago, right, where we're pushing that through. And only now the government's catching up to that. And since we created that organization, I've been to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Craig just came back. Anyone from St. Vincent? Yes. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I've been to Barbados. I've been to Guyana. And, I've been to Cambodia. With Nicole there, sent me to Cambodia. And I've been to China, right? All from these associations that are bringing me opportunities to go and see and experience the world. So when you talk about, diversity and having access and, working with other people, I'm doing it already. So I want to bring this type of opportunity to City Hall and really go there and put the work in that's required to bridge those gaps for this community. Thank you.
All right. Once again, let's hear it for Shawn Allen. Thanks so much for those great answers, and we wish you all the best on your campaign. And folks, he needs our support, whether that's volunteering, making donations, helping in any way that you can. It's going to take a real team effort to get this done, and as we can see, he's the right man for this position. So, thanks so much, Shawn, and wishing you all the best.